And ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here on the postgame show tonight. Georgia Southwestern State University men victorious on the hardwood, 89-86 over Lander. An impressive come from behind victory for the Hurricanes, down 18 at the half. The Hurricanes come storming back and pick up their first Peach Belt Conference win of the season to remain unbeaten at home so far this season. A perfect 5-0. They improved their overall record to 6-3, and again, first win in the Peach Belt Conference, 1-2 now for Coach Coombs and the Hurricanes. So we're joined here on the postgame show with the head coach of the Hurricanes. Coach Coombs, congratulations on several different levels. Not only is this the first win of the season, a conference play, the way you guys came back, amazing effort from the fellas, the connection that you have off the court with your opponent across the way on the other side of the bench, and then of course just the simple fact that in your first year here with the Hurricanes, this is your first conference victory, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It's it wasn't easy,
What a way to do it.
Yeah, and I told our guys at halftime, I was incredibly disappointed with their effort, and that's one of the things that I know who my team is. At this point in the year, I know who they are, and that was not them.
Okay.
And I jumped them pretty good at halftime, but I wanted them to tell me why they weren't playing hard.
Okay.
Why are you not playing hard? And at first, they all thought it was rhetorical. I said, listen, the second half will start without us. We're not leaving this locker room until you tell me why we're not playing hard, because that's all I care about. That's all we can control,
Yeah.
And my team's who I thought they were. They're tough. They compete. They don't lay down. And so what we saw in the first half was a fluke. Now, give Lander credit.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. Give Lander credit. They did not make it easy on us. But when my team plays hard and competes and plays together, we can beat anybody in this league. That doesn't mean we're always going to, but like that's what's expected, is that you compete as hard as you can. And you saw that in the second half. And so I'm so proud of I'm proud of their character. My old boss used to say character revealed. That was like his slogan, was character revealed. Basketball, sports, life is at times is going to reveal who your true character, and that was revealed tonight. That's who we truly are. We're tough, we compete, and when we do that, we can win.
Yes, and so you mentioned a little heart-to-heart with the fellas at the half. Lander shooting 59% from the floor in the first half, and was that more? Could you attribute that more to just excellent, unbelievable shooting effort from them on that part? Were they getting, unfortunately, open looks? That was part of our defense that was just not coming out. I know that you said that you talk about the effort. What would you attribute to that first half, more so the defensive side of things, or just that they were playing unbelievably on the offense?
Well, I think it was a snowball effect.
Okay.
Like when the game went, it was. I think we were tied at 16, and I thought we were defending pretty well. And then they went on a little run. They were up 21-16. They were up 5. And then from that point on, I came over here and I got all my guys pretty hard. And my team does not like when I get on them. So I got to continue to learn how to coach them. But it snowballed from there. So it went from 5 to 8 to 10 to 12. And then selfishness creeped in. And then we stopped running offense. We started jacking shots and missing. And then they started running up and down. And it was just a complete snowball. They shot layups. The last 8 minutes, they shot layups.
Yes.
And so I have to go back and watch the film just to see, look, if they shoot 59% in the second half, they walk away with a 40-point win.
Yes.
But again, I think they run good stuff. Coach Richards does a great job coaching them and putting them in positions to be successful. They're talented. But, even in the second half, they shot 47,
right,
and you're not going to win giving up that,
right.
So our defense needs to improve. But I'm starting to learn with my team, we're better when we play wild, unfortunately,
Okay.
And so when we sit back and just guard, I think we get complacent, and so maybe we have to play a little bit wilder, defensively, and use our length and athleticism. But that first half is just, it was a combination of them being talented,
Sure.
to answer your question,
Yeah.
and then us not playing hard enough.
Yeah, I mean,
you
Lander
know.
comes in with an 8-2 record. They win their first 2 league games. They're feeling pretty good about themselves. So I mean, they came in with a lot of confidence, and it showed in the first half. But the adjustments were made. So you touched on it, that Coach Richards very well. Drew Richards, the head coach of Lander. What's a little bit for those that aren't aware? There's a little bit of a background there. Tell us a little bit about how you and Coach Richards have kind of evolved and grown up in the business together.
Well, first of all, let's make it clear he was a better player than I was.
Okay.
He
Now he's a tall man as well. What's
yeah,
his height? We don't list the coach's
I think
heights on
he's
the.
6'11".
Okay,
I think he's taller than me barely. But no, Drew's a great guy. I met him when he was coaching in junior college. I was coaching at Missouri S&T, where I met my wife.
Okay.
And we just kind of stayed in contact, and he moved back. He went to Cameron, I think, after that university, and then he moved back here on the East Coast to go to Pembroke. And as every year has gone by, we've gotten closer and closer. And then at the Final Four, we always get together and have a good time and get to know each other a little bit better. He was a major reason why I got this job. He's known Leader for a while, and he called me up and was like, "Hey, would you be interested in a D2 job in Georgia? Here's the specifics." And I was like, "Absolutely." And he goes, "Okay, then I'll see what I can do." And then an hour later, Leader called. So I mean, he's a great friend. He's an unbelievable coach. He knows the game really well. It was weird coaching against him.
Right,
a
I
little
would
bit,
think, yeah, a little bit.
Just 'cause that's that first time. I'm a second-year head coach. He's a first-year head coach, and so just being across from somebody that you respect and you care about and is a good friend, it brings a different dynamic. But once the ball's tipped, that all that kind of goes out the window.
Sure.
And so hopefully this is the first of many competitive games against each other, and I know he'll do great things at Lander.
Absolutely, and it has the Bearcats off to a great start. So 4 of your players finish in double figures, scoring-wise, led by the sophomore Jamari Dean. 27 points, game high, 27 points for Jamari Dean. He was 9 of 16 from the floor. But I thought, just as an observer and a casual fan, clutch from the free throw line when you guys really needed to. You had a little bit of momentum. There were some technical fouls. There were some issues. You take the lead late in the second half, and I think there was a stretch. There was maybe 6. I don't know if it was 6 missed free throws in a row. Not Jamari, but Jamari comes up and he hit his, and I thought that kind of calmed everything down. And he was 9 of 13 from the line, but I'd be curious to know what he shot down the stretch. He finished with 27 points, 8 rebounds. He's already been named a Peach Belt Conference Player of the Week once, and with these kind of stats, definitely worthy of another nomination. Jamari, I mean, tonight, did you have to give Jamari a lot of guidance, or is this a lot of just he just finds a way and digs deep, or is he one of those guys that you really have to coach up at least tonight? How did it go?
Well, Jamari's a pro.
Yeah.
I need to send Coach Hicks a Christmas card, because he's an unbelievable player.
Yep.
He's bought into what we're doing from day one, which makes my job easier. And that's not easy to do, and so respect to him for that. But Jamari, I don't know. I've just tried to be very confident with Jamari,
Okay.
And when I talk to him, and I tell him every day, he can be a pro if he wants to be. But he's got to be a pro in every aspect of his life, off the floor, in the classroom, all that stuff, And he's learning, he's growing with that. I think a part of Jamari, he doesn't, in his mind, he's still kind of young. So can he be this good when he's young? I mean, can he be the guy? And I tell him every day, yes. Out of the 6 wins we have, I think every win he's had an incredible game. Played well. When we lose, he doesn't play well. And so. But tonight, I mean, we were going to ride him. I mean, we were trying to run things for him. We were trying to get him in, a position to be successful.
Yeah.
And give him the ball down the stretch. And he showed what kind of player he is. and he showed what kind of player he's going to continue to be as he matures and develops. So very fortunate to be able to coach that young man. I love that kid. I think the world of him as a person and a player, and just, very fortunate to have the opportunity to coach him.
Yeah, great performance. Jamari again with 27 points, Solomon Thomas 16, Abdul Dial 17, and Josh Press off the bench hit a couple of threes, if I'm not mistaken. He finished with 3 from long range and
Huge
11
shot.
points. Yeah,
Huge shot at the end.
Yeah.
And look, Josh needs to be talked about because hey baby, okay. Josh needs to be talked about because it hasn't been easy for him. And I'm proud of him. He going through injury, a bad injury with his foot, and then coming back and being able to fight through the pain and come back and get healthy quick, and he's contributed. Every game he's played, he's contributed, and that's why we recruited him, to come in and shoot, and if he continues to go 3 for 5, that's his job, that is to come in and make threes, defend and rebound, and so proud of him. I'm proud of him for wanting to take that shot.
there you go.
Right. That speaks
Yep.
volumes,
Yep.
and then obviously to be able to make it. So I definitely want to make sure that we recognize him because, he played well.
Hurricanes, man, if I would have told you before the game, you're going to trail by 18 at the half, you're going to commit 31 turnovers, but you're going to end up winning a thriller at home. I'm sure you take the win.
How many turnovers?
Well, according to this, I'm seeing 31. Does that sound right?
Oh, that's points off turnovers. Okay, yeah.
Oh, points off turnovers.
Yeah,
there
okay.
you go. See,
Oh,
I was
God,
going to say, I've never heard
almost had a
31 in a
panic
game. I
attack,
thought we
Keith.
set a record.
I almost had a panic
Points
attack.
off turnovers, 31. So you guys capitalizing. There you go. My mistake, and I apologize. 31 points off turnovers, so you guys taking advantage
Right.
of the turnovers that you forced on the Bearcats, helping to maybe get that run in the second half.
The big thing, too, Keith, is we had 11 turnovers at halftime, and we finished with 16.
There you go, 16.
So we played.
Boom. Yep.
Our goal was 8 or less, and so we played that half with 5. That gives you a chance to win. If you can play with 8 or less, and the fact that we got shots in the second half, we got fouled because we didn't turn it over. And so that's big too. So I'm just proud of our guys, man. It's not easy to be down 18. It's not easy to take a chew in like they did. But again, they showed their character. They revealed who they truly are, and I'm proud to be their coach.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable effort from the guys. Great grit, great determination, fight. They showed it all tonight, and they did a great job. Yeah, to straighten out my mistake there, Hurricanes committing 16 turnovers in the game, as you mentioned, few in the second half, as they really tightened up and made that run on the Bearcats, who ended up with 22 turnovers. The Bearcats from Lander with 22 turnovers in the game. So the GSW defense getting the job done. 89-86 the final. Well, Coach, we'll let you go enjoy the rest of this one, but back at it here in the Storm Dome on Wednesday night against North Georgia. We'll look to get make it 2 in a row in conference. Thanks for the time, and have a great rest of the weekend. Congrats on your first Peach Belt Conference victory.
Thank you, Keith.